So, MRL, the Mono Egg Rainbow League, it's a monotype draft league. I have uploaded the last season and the last off season. You can see both of them in the channel. In fact, I uploaded. I finished uploading a couple days ago the off season. Anyway, I am now at a new off season, a new a new regular season. Last season I was Mono Rock. Now you're gonna see what type I drafted. But first of all, I was 7th pick out of 10. The first 6 people drafted these types: Dark, Fighting, Fairy, Psychic, Poison and Ghost. So, first of all, this is the 12th season and I have played since season 3. So I don't want to repeat types, I try to use a new type every season, which means the amount of types I can choose from is very small. Like here it was a lot of bad types like normal, ice, fire. So the list of good types to choose from was like 2, and I chose water. So Mono Water. Why? Because it has no bad matchups into any of my opponents so far, and also I thought to myself, okay, Fighting is very good here, even though 4 of the types are resisted, 2 are weak to it, sorry, not to 1, but still I thought, okay, the Dark player is the one who won last season, so the most dangerous one, so I want to draft Keldeo. I'm gonna pick a Mon before Mono Fighting, so I can go for Keldeo. Why Keldeo? Because recently the Keldeo dropped a tier. It was tier 1 for 11 seasons and now it's a tier 2, so I thought to myself from the beginning I'm gonna get Keldeo. Anyway, then the next 3 people picked Electric, Dragon and Steel. So, no Mono Grass, that's very good for me. Still I have one bad matchup, Mono Electric. You might think at first that Mono Dragon is a bad matchup because it resists water, but it's not. Every water type has Ice Beam, and not many dragon types have super effective stab into water like electric and grass moves, and even if they do, it's not a stab unless you're like Draco Assault. So anyway, so first of all, I decided to start off with Primarina. You might think, why are you starting with such a bad mon? Like it's just a tier 3 water type. Well, the thing is, you have to keep in mind what Pokemon are snipeable. What do I mean by that? Like, for example, I know since the beginning that I want to get a rain team, so I'm gonna go for Pelipper. Is Pelipper snipeable? No, there is no Mono flying in the division, so I can wait for Pelipper. Is, let's say, Mega Swampert snipeable? No, it's not, because there is no Mono ground in the division. So I have to go early for the Pokemon that are snipeable, meaning any Pokemon that has Water Dark, Fighting, Fairy, Ghost, Poison, Psychic, Electric, Dragon or Steel. And the most snipeable one was Primarina. As you can recall from a couple of minutes ago, I'm 7th, so I go between Ghost and Electric, which means I can get Primarina now, and in the next round I can get Empoleon before Mono Steel. So this combo of 2 mons is excellent into the division. Why? First of all, I need some Star Rocker and Empoleon is the best. Second of all, a Steel type into Mono Fairy is gonna be very good, and just in general having a Steel type is massive. I can resist Dragon, Psychic, Poison, Steel. I already resist Steel, but still. And this is an amazing mon. You always need some solid defensive mon, and Empoleon is a solid defensive mon. And Primarina is amazing into Mono Dark, Fighting and Dragon. I could have got a higher tier fairy like either Tapu Fini or a Sumaril, but the problem is the tiers. In tier 1 you find a Sumaril, in tier 2 you find Tapu Fini, and in tier 3 you find Primarina. And I just didn't have enough points to get any of them, so I had to go for Primarina. Obviously Tapu Fini would have been way better, or a Sumaril, who, by the way, as you know, can run Subzipper, but I just could not afford them, so I had to resign to Primarina. Anyway, then Electric, Dragon and Steel picked, and now it's my turn. Now, I had in mind 2 possible plans based on my points. Either I go for Hisuian Samurott and Tauros Paldea Aqua, or I go for the high tier Fighting type Keldeo on the low tier Sharpedo. So those were my two plans. Well, I decided to go with the one that had the low tier fighting and the high tier dark. You might think, why don't you go for Keldeo? Well, that plan that I said really just first of all, it was way worse defensively. If I go for Keldeo Sharpedo, it's way worse than Tauros Aqua and the one that I plan to get later, the Samurott Hisui. It's way worse defensively because I don't get the spikes, I don't get the bulk nor the intimidate, etc. And I just thought to myself, I need to have a more reliable bulk in my team because for now you think Primarina, Empoleon, Tauros Aqua, what are you talking about? This is so bulky, but later you're gonna see that it's not the most bulky in the world, and even if it can be, I wanted more defensive use. This mon is amazing because Mono Dark and Mono Steel are in the division. No Rock, Normal or Ice, but still, two people are weak to fighting and this mon is very good into them, and this mon can be good into other people too because it has Intimidate and it has a lot of bulk, has Earthquake for more poison and Electric, and I think that's it for coverage, but still this mon can be good. Anyway, next up is Lantern. So, Lantern is a tier 3, just like Primarina and just like Empoleon. This mon is very expensive, like, I cannot emphasize how expensive this mon is. It's as expensive as an Empoleon or a Primarina, or other mons. But this mon is amazing defensively for Mono Water. Why? Mono Water has two weaknesses, right? Grass and Electric. As far as electric switchings go, you have the ground types, there are a lot of, but all of them die to Hidden Power Grass or just any grass move. Not only Lantern is the only immune, besides Seeking, the only immune to electric that is not forex weak to grass, it takes nothing from Grass Knot. Like Grass Knot is like base 20 or base 14 to it, it does nothing. So even less Pokemon can hit the Lantern for a lot, and even if they can hit it with Grass Knot, it's not gonna do a lot because it's just 2x effective and this one is very bulky. So I keep going for bulk. Where is your offensive mons? Well, here is the mon that I talked about earlier, the mon that I planned to get, the Hisuian Samurott. So, Hisuian Samurott is very good offensively into Mono Psychic and Mono Ghost. I needed a dark type for them and I was not gonna go for Sharpedo. This mon is very good into getting up hazards. Like, I have a Defiant in Empoleon if I want to run that. Even if I don't, still it's not the easiest to remove hazards versus Mono Water because it can be so offensive sometimes. Sorry. So that's why I wanted this mon. This mon is amazing to set up hazards and that's it. But still, this mon can hit strong and why not have it? Like, this mon can easily come into every single matchup because it's so good at setting up hazards. Now, at this point, first, as you know, I picked Primarina, it went up and back, and I picked Empoleon, and Tauros, Lantern, and the Samurott Hisui. So at this point, I am unsnipeable. All of my picks remaining cannot be taken. Why? I have a Psychic type in my plan, but Mono Psychic already was snipeable, so they finished their draft before me, and they finished their draft without the Psychic type that I wanted, so easy peasy, I can just continue. And I didn't want any other fighting, nor Dark, nor Fairy, nor Ghost, nor Steel, I don't think there is, nor Electric, nor Poison. I did want a Dragon type, but at this point I picked before Dragon. As you remember, I went Primarina, Empoleon, Tauros, Lantern, Samurott, and then I pick, so I can, at this point, pick the one that you will see later, but I was just unsnipeable at this point. Anyway, the next step is Dr. Bundle, Iron Bundle. Yes, this one is allowed and it's in tier 1. Dr. Bundle is amazing. This one is so fast, I needed speed. Look at my team so far, and this is as good as it's gonna get with the speed in my team, besides the Swift Swimmer. So, this mon does two things, it clicks Ice Bombs and it clicks Hydro Pump. But that's all you need. Like, this mon is my way to break water types, because as you know, Mono Water can sometimes really struggle to break water types. This mon has Freeze Drive for them. This mon is amazing because of the speed and all of the offensive power that it gets. I have a lot of U-turn and ball switch and flip turn into this mon, so I can get it safely into the field and just do damage. This mon is here to do damage and look at my opponent. Even though there aren't that many people weak to ice, like it's just mono dragon, it doesn't matter. This is an iron bundle. An iron bundle in the rain, by the way, because my next pick is Pelipper. Pelipper is my second favorite Pokemon, so I knew from the very point that I picked Mono Water, I knew, okay, Pelipper is gonna be my team, nor Politoed shit. Pelipper is more expensive than Politoed, so you might think, why didn't you go for the points if you were struggling for points? Well, Pelipper is better because Politoed is weak to grass and electric. Yeah, this mon Pelipper is 4x weak to electric, but it's not weak to grass. So it can switch to one out of two of the moves that are gonna be used versus me. That's massive. This is a mon that can break, it can break mono fighting, and also it can just break grass types. And also this has U-turn to go into my many offensive mons like Samurott Hisui or Iron Bundle that they do not want to take a hit to enter. So I don't like Politoed in this gen. You guys know that I like it in Gen 3 VGC, but this is not Gen 3 VGC, this is a Drizzler, and as a Drizzler, Pelipper is just better. So anyway, next up is the Mega Swampert. So Mega Swampert, this mon is a given, you know that it's gonna be in the team. What does this mon do? It's just kills everything. I needed a Swift Swimmer that was very good, and who else but Mega Swampert. Mega Swampert can just Earthquake, Liquidation, Ice Punch, Flip Turn. This mon can do so much. It can set up rocks if for some reason my Empoleon is not setting up rocks, either if it didn't come or if it's an offensive set, I can set up rocks with this mon. This mon goes perfectly with Pelipper. What is Pelipper weak to? Rock and electric. Mega Swampert is immune to electric and resists rock. What is Mega Swampert weak to? Grass. Pelipper is neutral to grass, so they work very well together as a team. And as a Swift Swimmer, this mon is just the best one that you can get. Also, you need a Mega. In this league, you are required to get a Mega. And who else but Mega Swampert? Anyway, next up is Kingdra. So, Kingdra. I need a second Swift Swimmer because I'm not drafting a Pelipper just to support one Swift Swimmer. I wanted a second one. As far as Swift Swimmers go, Kingdra is just the second best besides Mega Swampert. Some can argue that Barracuda, remember that this isn't Aldea deck, so there is Flip Turn in Barracuda, but I think that this mon is better. What does this mon do? Well, first of all, it kills Mono Dragon. Second of all, it's so good with its coverage and its moves and how strong it is, it's just gonna be breaking through my entire opponent. Yeah, I am aware that Barracuda can be better in many matchups, like for example versus Mono Poison, Ghost, Psychic, Steel, and Fighting. In all of those matchups, and Dark, in all of those matchups the coverage that Barracuda has is better. But you don't need coverage, you just click water moves in the rain and Kingdra is gonna be better. So that's why I decided to draft Kingdra over Barracuda. And at this point, all that I had remaining is enough points for 2 tier 5s. So the next 2 Pokemon that you're gonna see are in the team, but also they don't do shit. First off, the Psychic type that I set Broxage. Why do I have Broxage? Because there is Mono Fighting and Mono Poison in the division. Yeah, that's about it. This mon is, as far as tier 5 goes, one of the best. Not because it's good, but because Mono Water does not have good tier 5 water types. Still, this mon is very good with Strong Jaw, coverage can be good into many types, so I think why not pick Broxage? Like, is it good? No. Is it gonna come into more than 2 games? No, probably not. But I think it's good to have it. And lastly, an even worse mon, Basculin. So, in this league, all 3 Basculins are drafted together, so because it's not technically a regional form of Basculin, it's called White Stripe Basculin, so for now in this league they are all together. I'm not sure if we are gonna separate them in the future or not. We have not thought about Basculin at all so far as far as Gen 9 has gone. We have had our minds in like Iron Valiant and Iron Bundle or other things. We haven't thought much about Basculin. So why do I have this mon? Last respects. That's it. I'm just probably in the entire season the only time that I'm gonna use this mon is for getting that last respects versus Mono Ghost and Mono Psychic. It's not a stab, so it's not very strong. Like, you need to be in either your last mon or your second to last mon for it to even be stronger than Wave Crash. Otherwise, adaptability Wave Crash is just stronger. So, it's not the best, but it has a niche. And as far as tier 5s go, like, what else was I gonna pick? Lapras, Walrein, Marini. Like, I don't care about the tier 5, so I might as well get a couple of fish that are good into my opponents. So anyway, at the time of this recording, I'm like 1 hour away or something from the reveals, the schedule reveal, so I don't know yet who I play week 1. But anyways, you're gonna see it in the channel. If you want to see it, you can just like and subscribe. Well, you don't need to like to see it, you just need to subscribe, but you can do both, why not? So anyway, that's it, and goodbye.